Hi, happy Wednesday. Happy Ash Wednesday. Today I'm gonna make some albóndigas because being that I'm Catholic, I follow the Lent season, and today is Wednesday, the first day of Lent. So I'm gonna make some albóndigas from tuna, Albóndigas de Atún. So we're gonna be using tuna and some vegetables. I'm gonna show you how to make it in a minute. Let me show you the ingredients. So for our albóndigas, our tuna patties, we're gonna use flour. We're gonna use cilantro, an egg to bind it together. We're gonna use epazote. We're gonna use tomato, garlic, a little bit of lemon juice, onions, and we're gonna use a little bit of shrimp and the tuna. And the seasoning will be oregano, cumin, and crushed peppers. I'm also gonna use a little bit of our sazon mix that has everything in it, and a little bit of chicken bouillon for the salt seasoning. So let's get started. So we're gonna start by putting our tuna in our mixer because we're gonna mix it well combined. And we're gonna put our egg. So next goes our egg. We're gonna save the shell for our garden. And then we're gonna put half a cup of flour. And we're gonna mix until well combined. I'm gonna put a little bit of stove top stuffing, which is breadcrumbs with seasoning. And we're gonna well combine it. So I'm gonna put a little oil in our pan so we can fry our patties. Gonna let it get warm. So I'm gonna get a tablespoon and get the tuna out, and I'm gonna make it into a little patty. This is our tuna patty. We're gonna put it in our oil. Just like that. It's like making our little dough balls for tortillas. Same concept. So at this point, I'm gonna flip them. This was only 1 can of tuna, and we were able to get 4, 5, 6, 7 little patties. We're just gonna brown them on each side, because remember the tuna is already cooked. So meanwhile, we're gonna cut our vegetables. So our onion is finely chopped. So I'm gonna go on to the tomatoes. The cilantro's already been cut because I cut it with the scissors when I cut it from the garden. So it's time for the tomato. So I'm gonna dice it. It's a huge tomato, but that's how they grow in Homestead, Florida. Donut tomatoes. Just like that, and it's already diced. So I'm gonna do some garlic as well. I'm gonna do like 2 cloves because we don't need that much, because it's a small dish that we're doing. So I'm gonna use my little gadget here for our garlic because I want it in small pieces. This is so easy, so practical. Okay, so now we're gonna add our onions. We're gonna fry them in the same oil that we fried the patties. I just want to cook them for like a minute or two. I'm gonna add about half a teaspoon of cumin, half a teaspoon of oregano. We're just adding a little bit of seasoning because we already have seasoning in the tuna, seasoning in the stove top stuffing. We already have a lot of seasoning. Sorry. So at this point I'm gonna add our garlic. Let the garlic combine with the onions as well. I feel like adding some jalapenos in here, but my brother doesn't eat spicy, so I gotta do it separate. Okay, so I'm gonna add a little bit of lime juice, because you know seafood goes good with lime juice. And at this point I'm gonna add my tomatoes.
What?
So I put the dried shrimp in our food processor to make it powdery kind of, so that we can add it and that'll make it like a gravy into our dish here. So I'm gonna add like a half teaspoon of our seasoning here, just for the color. And now I'm going to taste it because the shrimp is salty. So I'm going to taste it and then we'll decide. Yeah, it still needs a little bit. So we're going to add a cup of water. We're going to let it boil. Once it boils, we're going to put our patties back in. And we're going to put our cilantro and epazote. But I want it to boil again. Okay, so our pot has come to a boil again. So we're going to put our patties. Every time you put something into the pot, it stops boiling. So it's going to stop boiling. So we're going to put our pasote in there. And we're going to put the cilantro. I think it's too much cilantro. I'm not going to use all of it. So today happens to be Wednesday. So we're going to use our miércoles little tortilla cloth that I made for Wednesday. So we're going to use that today because I'm going to make a few tortillas to go with our dinner. So we're going to make a few tortillas to go with our albóndigas. The last 3 tortillas, almost done. So I did a side of refried beans and a side of rice with vegetables to complete our meal. So here we go, the best part, my favorite part, the tasting part. So I also made a jarra of Jamaica, agua de Jamaica. It is so delicious. I already tasted it. I made a few tortillas to go with our meal. So it's albóndigas, tuna, patties, which is in Mexican, in Spanish, Albóndigas de Atún, a side of rice with vegetables, and refried beans with cilantro. So we're gonna taste it, but I'm gonna put some salsa on top of my albóndigas. I need to put the salsa on the tortilla. Okay, so here we go. Let's see. It is so delicious. So yummy. Brings back so many memories. My mom used to make this for us around this time. Every time we were in the Lent season, she would cook this for us. She would also cook nopales for us and capirotadas. So I'm gonna make that next. But for today, some albóndigas. So good. I didn't even taste the rice. Rice always comes out good. Can't go wrong with rice and refried beans. It's a Mexican staple. There's no way you can go wrong with rice and beans. Thank you for watching another little video for you. Cocinando del alma, cooking from the soul. I'll see you on the next one. God bless you. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you so much.